said, we had gone there with a very positive intention. Number one, the initial gatherings in the last 2 weeks when they were doing the fasting, the gathering was limited to on an average 10 to 15 people, and hence it was more on looking at this situation that that section 144 was not felt at that point in time by the administration, but of course the administration will be in a better position to comment on it. But as I said, in the initial part, the people who were involved, and the numbers were very small, and though we had some intel about, as I said, that that there could be some pressure in that area if we go. Two things, as I said. Number one, I was going with a very, very clear mind that I would like to recall the invitation was given to all the NGOs who would like to meet the Chief Minister on that particular day, and the venue was the Circuit House, and some of the NGOs actually came to the Circuit House and met me there. But there were certain NGOs who were fasting there in another location, and they had insisted that the Chief Minister should come to the spot where they were fasting, and hence I genuinely wanting to understand their concerns and genuinely wanting to meet them, and having no as such any issues with going ahead with whatever would help in finding a way forward. I agreed to go there, and I went with a very, very open mind. I went with a very positive mind, and I went ahead with a very kind of concern for the issue. So that is what my thought process was, and the initial inputs that came in from my security agencies and the police was that it cannot be in the venue itself. It is not going to be safe, but we can have it in the official CM office. Secretariat is there, where I have a room, which happens to be just next to the place where they were having the fasting, and hence the communication was made to the NGOs who were fasting that that location can be suitable, and accordingly they agreed to sit in. And so basically, when we had that sitting, we discussed many issues, and they were told that you can bring in whoever from your organizations and your groups and your team, whoever you want to bring in, you can bring them in, and they selected their own people, and those selected people then came into the meeting. And in the meeting we discussed many concerns that they had, and they went beyond the concerns that were mentioned earlier by them regarding the backlog and their concerns regarding the winter capital. And apart from that, also many other subjects came out, and discussion was going in a very positive manner. And when that happened, then we could then slowly after about close to an hour and a half, we could hear a bit of sloganing that started, and then we continued to discuss. And in the meantime, I had asked the SP and the administration just to check, and I also mentioned to the NGOs that this kindly ensure that your people are peaceful and controlled. And then after few minutes, when the snoggering went on a bit more louder, I then told the groups that look, I think you have to go and tell them outside. Maybe they're waiting for some kind of a communication or message from you. So kindly go outside, and you can then tell them to be silent and be peaceful, and that you will come and brief them. And when the people who went out from the meeting, when they came back to the room, they then told me that, or not just me, they told the entire room that was there, that included the other members from the other groups who were with them, and also the SP and the DC and other officials who were sitting there, that they don't recognize most of the people who are outside, and that these members who are standing outside are not part of their organization. And in fact, some of them, their eyes are like blood, red blood, they look intoxicated. And then they said that we don't know who these people are, most of them. Had come in there, who were not part of the actual initial movement or whatever the fasting that was taking place. And in fact, the reports that we had received was initially that about 10 to 15 to maximum 20 people in a day used to be there. Once in a while, some group used to come, and then, but on an average, there was not a very large number that used to sit there during the fasting time. So therefore, when all of this happened, when the NGOs came in and told us that these people who are outside are not part of their group and they don't know them, that's when we could understand that, as I said, there are other elements part of this. Now, I want to be very clear in my standing here, is that we are very clear that anybody who will be arrested or anybody who will be picked up or any case that will be filed will be purely on the basis of evidence. What happened was not correct. And when we had gone with a very, very positive intention and we had gone with the concerns of the people, and I had no reason to agree to their request of going to the location. I could have easily stuck to my stand that no, they should come to Circuit House, which is what the security agencies wanted me to do. But I said no, I am concerned and I am genuinely wanting to resolve this, and I have no ego problem or anything where it looks bad for me to go. I'll go if it helps the cause. I have no problem in going, and I went, as I said, with a very, very positive and a very clean thought that I'll be able to talk to them and will be able to find a way forward. As I said, so now when all of this happened, this attack that took place, from all the statements that we could make out while we were in the room, that there were external agencies or organizations or groups or individuals who were not connected with this came in. And hence, there were indications, and it just so happened that a lot of these people who were then shouting outside, especially and instigating, happened to be from certain political parties who were past candidates of certain political parties, and hence from that angle, that link was there. But I want to make it very clear, we are not going by political parties, or we're not even trying to say that this is this political party, that political party. All we are saying is that everything will be based on evidence. So basically, when these situations are there were few bikes that were going around that time, and that is when we communicated to the respected minister, and the respected minister came back. So she did not proceed to Tura because we said that, look, whatever the situation may be, and I know that you're going there for a different purpose. She was going there for the review of the medical department and the health department, and all the MLAs and everybody was supposed to be there. So it was a completely different purpose of the visit. But when we got information that there was certain concerns, and there were certain people who were on bike, and there's a black flag and all that stuff. So we did take the step, as you correctly said. We did take the step, and we told her, look, let's not instigate at this point in time. You come back. So she came back, and then accordingly, as I said, the situation was controlled. And then, of course, as I said, the next step was for the chief minister to go there, because that's what they have. His organizations had mentioned that we would like to meet and talk and speak to chief minister, and as I said, and that's when the rest of the things followed.